Your potential is far greater than you think it is. But the problem is that there are a number of ways currently that you are pursuing that potential, which are actually undermining yourself. They're working against you, and you probably don't even realize it. Because wherever you look right now in our modern online world of media and propaganda and all of these pressures to become, to improve, to better ourselves in so many different ways, it's all feeding this unconscious, deeply programmed sense that we are not enough. And so you see, our obsession with self-improvement is actually not really about true sense of improvement of ourself, but most of the time it's actually an attempt at gaining self-love, at accruing self-appreciation. But because underneath that pursuit there is a sense of lack, that there is a sense of unworthiness, that by pursuing these things, that I will gain something, that I will become something, that I will accomplish or achieve something which will be the evidence and the proof to suggest that I am now realizing my potential, that I'm living up to who I can be, and therefore I am worthy of love, of appreciation, that I am worthy. And if you've been watching this channel and you've been following my videos, I'm sure you already understand this, but you've also probably come to recognize that I don't care about any relative measures of success. I'm not interested in quantifiable evidence which is somehow going to give me a sense of boost of my ego or something like that. My standard is the highest. My aim is the truest. I don't care to settle for anything less than the absolute truth. And so in that, I must question my motives. I must inquire into why I do what I do. Because I recognize that my potential is not something that I gain. It's not something that I earn. It's not something that I become. My potential is what I am. And that's why I said in the beginning that your potential is far greater than you think, because potential by definition cannot be contained to a thought, to an idea, to an image, to a symbol. And yet, how often are we pursuing a symbol, an idea, an image, in the attempt to gain some sort of satisfaction or worthiness about ourselves? It is a dead end. It leads nowhere, because the empty symbols and the validation or confirmation from others are also empty. Everyone is in the same boat. We are all fundamentally flawed, so to speak, with this human conditioning of feeling that we are separate, feeling that we are not enough. Perhaps that is the reason for this existence, is to be immersed so deeply into this world where we must pursue, we must strive, we must seek for something beyond what we believe we are in order to feel complete, in order to feel whole. But you see, all of that is a distraction from what is already here and now. It is always already what you are. have been, and will be. And that's why, in a way, every unconscious attempt to improve yourself is undermining yourself. It is confirming your belief that you are not enough. I'm not suggesting in any way that we shouldn't improve ourselves, that it's not a worthy pursuit, that it doesn't have meaning and fulfillment in it. But without questioning, earnestly, honestly, sincerely, our intentions, our impulses, our desires, without inquiring into why we are aiming for this, striving towards this, then we will be ruled and governed by the sense of lack. We will be ever pursuing an empty symbol which could never validate. We will be continually seeking a confirmation, an approval from someone who, in the same position as we are, is not able to give it to us. And yet this rat race continues to look to those who can't provide, to seek from the symbols that are inherently empty, all the while looking in the wrong direction for that potential that we already are. And you see, when you really understand who you are, what you are, and you recognize, you realize the nature of your true self, perhaps all desire for self-improvement dissolves. Maybe it falls away. But perhaps from that self-sourced foundation, now all self-improvement is actually a form of creation. It's truly and purely a creative act, rather than a consumptive act. Rather than trying to get something out of what you're doing, out of what you're becoming. Because it's already so filled with itself to begin with, so complete, so whole from the beginning, that actually now the pursuit is in and of itself the joy. It is the fulfillment. And then the destination that we've been seeking, which has always been on the horizon, ever eluding us, ever escaping us, that destination actually becomes the process. It becomes the journey. In a way, it is realized to be where you already are. And then the illusion of linearity, of time, of any sort of process at all is dissolved. And it's recognized to be that eternal now, that infinite presence that you already are. And everything that could be, everything that is seen to be already here. Everything within creation already exists. And so you never really create. You really only realize. You really only ever manifest or experience that perspective. And so whatever it is that you're seeking, as an experience, it is available to you here and now. That is the nature of potential. It is that seed of the oak tree which contains the entire tree throughout the years of its growth and its expansion. It's all right there contained within the seed, just as within the seed of your being is contained all of the possibilities and experiences, all of the accomplishments, all of the achievements, all of the versions of you, all of the expressions. Everything that you are is already contained within your being, within your soul, within your spirit. So what is there to achieve? What is there to gain when you realize that you are always already that which you seek? So improve yourself, live, create, become. But don't confuse that for getting anywhere, for becoming anything more than you already are. And for the love of God, recognize who and what you truly are, the love that you already are, the wholeness that you already are, the potential that you always already have been. And from that place of being self-sourced, you will no longer need to outsource your worth into all these symbols and approvals. You can just be who you are and be free to create what you desire. And that is what it means to access your potential.